Welcome to a bite-sized HIPAA case study, where I'll break down a real case of a HIPAA enforcement action at a dental office to see what we can learn and apply in your office. Today, we will look at a case involving a small practice right outside LA and sunny California. This practice got in some hot water with Health and Human Services a few years ago about how it was responding to patient reviews online. The reporting on this case is a little vague, but here is generally what happened. The Office for Civil Rights, which is the department at Health and Human Services that enforces HIPAA, they received a complaint alleging that the dental practice habitually disclosed PHI while it was responding to patient posts on Yelp, sometimes providing full names where the patient used a screen name and including detailed information about the patient visit and their insurance that may not have been previously mentioned in their initial review. OCR reviewed the Yelp page and they confirmed that the doctor's posts did compromise PHI. Then they went to the practice office and they found, among other things, that the practice had not implemented policies and procedures regarding the release of PHI on social media. To resolve the investigation, the practice had to cough up $23,000 and commit to a corrective action plan that was to be monitored by OCR. This plan isn't just about saying we'll do better, but it involves tangible steps to ensure the practice understands and follows HIPAA to the letter. This means implementing new policies and procedures, workforce training, and performing steps to mitigate their past disclosure, and also giving annual reports to OCR detailing their compliance. Unauthorized disclosure of PHI is always taken seriously by OCR. So even though responding to an online review may not seem like a breach, unless you have the patient's specific written authorization to disclose their PHI, you just can't do it. Section 164.502 lays out when disclosures are permissible, and it doesn't include any category for responding publicly to a patient's communication. And remember, the default rule is that unless you have patient authorization or a specific rule permitting the disclosure, you cannot disclose any PHI. Now, it's important to remember that protected health information is defined as any information that relates to either an individual's health or their payment for health care, and that contains information that could reasonably be used to identify that individual. So, just identifying somebody as a patient of your practice is protected health information. No treatment details need to be included. If the connection can be made that Todd Baker is a patient of Smiles Family Dentistry, that's PHI, and it is protected by HIPAA. It cannot be disclosed. So I agree, this is extremely broad, but it's the law, and your marketing activities have to comply to this standard. Now, the big gotcha with responding to online content is that just because a patient may have disclosed their PHI by sharing an experience or a review, you as an agent of the practice still cannot do it. Again, you can't even acknowledge that they're a patient. So, what went wrong in this case? Well, this seems to be a case of a dentist just not paying close enough attention to what the law requires. I was actually able to review some of his responses on Yelp, and it honestly seems like he was just trying to be helpful and respond to patients' comments. But in the process, he disclosed information about insurance coverage, treatment options, and patient names. These communications would have been perfectly fine if they weren't posted to a public website where everybody could view them. If the practice had adequate procedures in place for responding to reviews and posting to social media, and thorough training on those procedures, they could have saved $23,000 and avoided the pain of annual OCR reviews. We address this topic in much more detail in Bite Size HIPAA, including comprehensive procedures and training that will help your staff ensure they are fully complying with the law when posting to social media. If you haven't made HIPAA a priority yet, start today. Join our online HIPAA community for dentists at bitesizehipaa.com. Explore and learn for 60 days on us. Please watch every training course, we call them Bites, and explore the tools that we've created to help ease HIPAA implementation and compliance. There's no risk. Just give us a little bit of your time and we'll teach you about the HIPAA law, why it exists, and how, if done right, you can protect your patients and your practice from a variety of very real threats that inherently exist in today's dentistry.